Hello friends, welcome to Siva Academy. This video series is mainly to address the questions and the comments that I am receiving through mail or in the comment section. As a continuation of that, I have received few trigger related questions, so I have consolidated all the related questions together in this video. First, let us look into this question, then I will show you a demo to answer this question. So the question is, we have a table called emp_t which contains 3 columns, employee ID, e-name and salary. And there are 4 triggers created in this table. The first one is like before update statement level trigger. The second trigger is before update row level trigger. The third trigger is after update row level trigger. And the fourth trigger is after update statement level trigger. So these 4 triggers are created in this table. Now the question is, suppose if I am executing an update statement like this, which trigger will get fired is the first question. So look into this where condition of this update statement. You can see here we are putting a where condition like where 1 equal to 2. That means this update statement is not going to update or change any data. The statement will get executed and it will just return an output saying that 0 rows updated, but it is not going to change any row. In this case, question is which trigger will get fired if we execute an update statement like this. The second question is, suppose if an update statement is not going to affect any row, in that aspect whether any triggers will get fired or not. The third question is, what is the order of execution if we execute an update statement like this? So obviously we'll know that when we execute an update statement like this will execute all the update related trigger. But the question here is, what is the order in which it gets executed? Fine. Now let us look into the answer for all these questions. But before that, since all these questions are related to trigger, if you want to know the basics of trigger, the types of triggers, I would suggest you to watch these videos. This specific video will give you information about the basic information about like what is trigger, what are the types of trigger. This video will give you information about the types of DML triggers. And this video will give you the basic information about what is an instead of trigger. If you want to understand compound trigger, you can look into this video. And there are already few trigger related videos which I have already covered. So you can just look into this video. With this, let us start a small demo to understand the answer for all these questions. So first I'm just going to create a table called emp_t and I'm just going to populate the values like Ravi, Arun and Krish, and I just committed the data. Let me just query from the table. Now the table contains 3 records like Ravi, Arun and Krish. First I'm going to create the before statement level trigger. The trigger is created. The next trigger which I'm going to create is before row level trigger. The third trigger which I'm going to create is after row level trigger. And the fourth trigger which I'm going to create is after statement level trigger. In fact, all these 4 triggers are update triggers. Within each trigger, I'm just printing the name of the trigger. For example, in the first trigger, that is the before statement update trigger, and I'm just printing 1 before statement level update. The second trigger, I'm just printing before row level update. The reason why I'm printing like this is so that it is easy for us to identify which trigger is getting executed when we execute the update statement. Right. Now that we have created all the 4 triggers, now what we are going to do, we are just going to do an update statement like this. Update emp set salary equal to salary plus 100 where employee number equal to 1. That means this specific update statement is going to update 1 row. That means it is going to affect all the 4 trigger, or it is going to fire all the 4 trigger. Now by executing this anonymous block, we'll be able to understand in which order the triggers are getting fired, because from each trigger we are just going to print the information about the trigger or the name of the trigger. Let me first execute this anonymous block. As you can see here, all the triggers are fired. The first trigger fired is the before statement level trigger, followed by the before row level update trigger, followed by the actual update operation, and then it is followed by the after row level trigger. After that, it is followed by after statement level trigger. Okay, so the key thing here is that whenever we are executing an DML statement, the statement level trigger will get fired once and the row level trigger will get fired for the number of rows that gets affected. So in this case, just we updated only 1 employee. That's why the row level trigger got executed just once. Let us see one more example. Instead of updating 1 employee, let us update the salary for 2 employees. I'm updating the salary for the first and second employee. Now let me just execute this statement. Now you can see here the statement level trigger, that is the before statement and after statement, just got executed once, whereas the row level triggers got executed twice, 1 for each row. So the line number 2 and 3 which you are seeing here is for one set of row, and the line number 5 and 4 and 5 is for the another set of row. let me include one more employee here so that we'll know clearly. I'm executing this update statement. Now you can see here the statement level trigger just got executed only once, but the row level trigger got executed once for each row. In this case, 3 employees salaries are updated. That's why the row level triggers are executed three times. Okay. Now we got to know the order of execution. Now let us just put where 1 equal to 2. Right. Now let us see which trigger is getting fired. Now I'm just executing this statement. As you can see here, the statement level trigger alone got executed. The before statement level trigger and the after statement level trigger. But the row level trigger are not getting executed. The key learning here is statement level trigger will get fired for each DML statement irrespective of whether the data gets changed or not. However, the row level triggers will get fired only if the data is modified by the DML statement. So in this case, even if there is no rows affected, but still the statement level triggers will get fired. But the row level triggers will get fired only if the row gets changed. I hope this answered your question. If you want any questions to be answered, you can post it in the comment section or you can drop to this mail ID. But before that, you can check whether a similar question has already been posted as part of interview question series or as part of subscriber question series. If you're not able to find your question here, please write back to me. I'll be happy to record and post as a new video. If you have learned something new, please like this video, subscribe and stay tuned for new feature video, interview question, SQL practical question and concept videos. And thanks a lot for watching this video.